Hey guys, Sergeant First Class Beitz here with the National Guard. In today's video, I'm going to explain how to join the National Guard while you're still in high school. I'm going to go through the process, what you need to make it happen, and how it all works. Stay tuned. If you want to join the National Guard while you're in high school, you most certainly can. But you must be at least 17 years old and a high school junior. The process for joining as a high school senior and a high school junior is slightly different. So I'm going to explain how to enlist as a senior or a junior. First off, in general, there are some requirements that you must meet to be eligible to enlist in the National Guard. Let's go over those requirements. As I previously mentioned, you must be at least 17 years old and a high school junior. You must be in good physical condition. If you've ever broken any bones or had any surgeries or got stitches or had any medical issues, be sure to bring those issues up to your recruiter. Now, your recruiter is going to be required to do a background check on you, so be sure to bring up any encounters that you've had with the law to your recruiter. You may be worried about a charge that you've got in the past. You may be worried that it's going to prevent you from enlisting into the National Guard. But the National Guard can actually work with a lot of different charges. Be sure to bring your charges up to your recruiter. If you don't, and the National Guard finds out after the fact, you're going to get discharged for fraudulent enlistment. So, as a high school student, you must be on track to either pass the 11th grade or be on track to graduate high school as a senior. We are going to need a copy of your high school transcript. Your recruiter can help you get this, but this is proof that you're on track to pass or graduate. Your recruiter is also going to have to get a high school letter that is produced by your recruiter. It's going to have to be signed by your guidance counselor. That guidance counselor stating that you are on track to pass or graduate. In the National Guard, we do have height and weight standards. Height and weight standards are based off of your height and your age. Now, if you weigh over the standard for you, then we can do a body fat measurement to get your body fat. If you're under 24% body fat, that makes you eligible to enlist into the National Guard. Your recruiter is going to be able to determine your body fat based off of a neck measurement and a waist measurement. Then do a calculation and voila, there's your body fat percentage. We do have a tattoo policy. That policy states that you cannot have any tattoos on your hands or from your neckline up. Now, we can do an exception to policy, but if you got tattoos on your hands or your neck up, most likely it's not going to get approved at this time. Another must for enlisting into the National Guard is scoring at least a 31 on the ASVAB test. Now, your main score on the ASVAB is called your AFQT. That AFQT is broken down into 10 line scores. Those line scores determine what jobs you qualify for in the National Guard. Okay, you've been pre-qualified. You've taken the ASVAB and scored at least a 31. Now the next thing you're going to do is sit down with your recruiter and choose a job based off of the jobs you qualify for, which were produced from the line scores from your ASVAB test. Now your recruiter is going to present you a list of jobs that you qualify for, and you are ultimately going to select the position that you want. Prior to or once you have selected your MOS, you are going to be required to complete a packet. An informational packet. It's kind of like an application, except for it is a lot more thorough. This packet is going to collect your personal data, which is required for enlistment into the National Guard. The next step in the process is getting you scheduled to process at the Military Entrance Processing Station, also known as MEPS. You are going to do a physical at MEPS. Alright, so you're scheduled for MEPS. Now, prior to that MEPS date, your recruiter is going to take your packet and input all of your personal data in a system that he or she shares with MEPS. So on the day that you go up to MEPS, MEPS is going to be able to look at your data and go over it with you and make sure that your information is accurate in the system. The night before you go to MEPS, your recruiter is most likely going to put you in a nice hotel close to MEPS, because the day that you go to MEPS, you're going to need to arrive at about 6:45 in the morning. Okay, the day has arrived, a day at MEPS. At MEPS, you're going to complete a physical. This physical consists of blood work, a hearing test, a vision test, a urinalysis, and you're going to sit down with the doctor. The doctor is going to go over your medical history and ask you some questions about the past and the present. Once you have completed your physical, you are then going to meet up with a National Guard liaison or a security examiner to go over your personal information. Certain jobs require you to get a security clearance. So if your job does, that's why you're going to meet up with the security examiner. So if you've met with that individual and you're finished, then you're going to meet the liaison. Again, you're going to go over your personal data quickly, and then you're going to go over your contract. After you have reviewed your contract, you are going to swear into the National Guard with a military officer. You're going to do the oath of enlistment and then sign your contract. So this is great, Sergeant Beitz, but I'm a high school senior or I'm a high school junior. What happens next? If you're a high school junior, you're going to go to basic training this upcoming summer. Each month leading up until you ship to basic training, you're going to drill 1 weekend a month at the Recruit Sustainment Program. We are going to be preparing you for basic training. And guess what? We're going to pay you for being there. You're going to get your uniforms and you're going to get your military ID. So as a high school junior, you ship to basic training the upcoming summer after your school year. Then you're going to return, do your senior year, and while you're doing your senior year, you're going to drill 1 weekend a month with the National Guard at the Recruit Sustainment Program, where you're getting paid and receiving benefits. So now you've completed your senior year, then you're going to ship off to advanced individual training. Advanced individual training could be 6 weeks long or it could be 80 weeks long. It just depends upon what job you signed up to do. Some jobs take longer than others to learn. Now, if you're a high school senior, after you complete your senior year, you're going to go to basic training, and then immediately following basic training, you're going to go to advanced individual training. Once you've completed advanced individual training, you are going to return home and you're going to drill 1 weekend out of the month and 2 weeks out of the year. Your total obligation is roughly 40 days a year. So what do you do when you get back from training? It's completely up to you. The National Guard is not going to prevent you from doing anything. The National Guard is going to assist you in being successful. If you want to go to college, the National Guard is going to pay for your college, pay you to go to college, and pay you for being in the National Guard. If you want to jump directly into the workforce, the National Guard is something that you're going to be able to add on your resume, which is going to help you get hired at wherever you applied for. Civilian employers are looking for people with experience, especially military experience. Okay, so a quick recap. You can join the National Guard while you're in high school. You're going to drill 1 weekend out of the month in the National Guard until this upcoming summer when you're going to ship off to basic training. That 1 weekend a month, we're prepping you for basic training. You're getting paid, you're getting benefits, you're getting your uniform, you're getting your military ID. If you're a high school junior, you're going to ship to basic training, complete basic training, come back, complete your senior year, then go to advanced individual training, then you're going to come back and drill 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks out of the year during the summertime. What do you do in between? Whatever you want. If you're a senior, you're going to drill 1 weekend a month until the summertime. When the summertime comes, you're going to ship to basic training. Immediately following basic training, you're going to go to advanced individual training to learn your job. From there, you're going to come back, and again, it's up to you what you do. Now, one thing I want to throw in there is when you're at basic training and at advanced training, you're getting paid about $1,900 a month. All your meals are provided, your lodging's provided, everything's provided. So that money that you're making is stacking up in your bank account. Hey guys, Sergeant First Class Beitz with the National Guard. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate the support. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It really means a lot.